In the live situation, it's different because Andy is the front man, and you know, it's good that he does what he does so eccentrically.
I'm quite shy, really. I think being on stage is the only time when I'm let out of my cage, and you can do what you like and not get told off.
Andy's a quiet person, really, but if there's an excuse for him to dress up and act ridiculously, then you know he'll take that chance.
I think it's true that quiet people, you have to watch them. They're the worst ones, you know, yeah. As soon as they're left on their own, they get up to all sorts of no good. And really going on stage, it's the same as being a kid and somebody just giving you a whole load of box full of clothes and say, right, do what you like. I think Vince gets a bit detached. You know, I mean, last time when we were on stage in his buggy, he had a mini bar and computer games on there.
Despite 3 #1 albums, ABBA was Erasure's first #1 in the singles chart.
It was an idea that cropped up, I think, 4 or 5 years ago. We thought we might do like a whole album of ABBA songs, just for a laugh. And in the end, I mean, we couldn't do that, so we decided upon an EP. We recorded it very quickly in Amsterdam. And it was just a bit of fun, you know. I wasn't taking it that seriously, and I was very surprised that it did so well. I was really surprised.
Was there any arguments between you and Vince who was going to be Frida and who was going to be Agnes?
Well, Vince insisted on being the blonde.
I heard that. Is that true?
Yeah, it's true, yeah. And the idea was to copy the original video exactly and have with the 4 squares and the voices and stuff. And but I think I made quite an ugly Frida. It's the parting down the middle that did it, and the crimps. If you're all alone, when the pretty birds have flown, honey, I'm still free. Take a chance on me. Gonna do my very best, and it ain't no lie. If you put me to the test, if you let me try. I'm crazy, flowing over with ideas. 1,000 ways to move a lover so sincere. Love and hate, what a beautiful combination. Sending shivers up and down my spine.
When we write songs, we usually use a guitar, acoustic guitar, or we sit at a piano.
Vince will play some chords on the guitar or the piano, and we'll wait until we have a really nice chord sequence that we like.
And he'll sing a little melody over the top, and we'll record that onto a little micro cassette thing.
Our songs reflect life because life is a load of nonsense, and I was a really big fan of Blondie. And one of my favourite songs of theirs is Atomic, and the lyrics go, ah ha 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 ha, your hair is beautiful tonight, Atomic. Vince can spend 8 hours in the studio working on one sound, and you know, if I'm sitting there, you don't really know what's going on. It's always a present to each other that you know, come up with the finished lines or the finished harmonies and vocals and take them to the other person.
I don't really take much notice of criticism, apart from my mum, you know. My mum gets very excited about what we do. I think she's very proud. But at the same time, you know, I've given her some gold discs before, but she thinks they're really tacky. So she's thrown them away.
This time we decided to record the vocals first. So we had really basic, just tracks with bass, a bit of percussion, a few chords, and then did all the vocal work, or most of it. And then Vince did the music afterwards and kind of weaved the music around the vocals. So there's more space and there's more kind of, I don't know, it lifts the vocal more.
The record company sent me an acetate, you know, like a test pressing of the album. And I played it through, I think it was last week, you know, and I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed listening to it. And I put it on my stereo in my front room as opposed to listening to it in the studio. And in that context, I thought it sounded really all right, you know. I'm pleased with it.
We'll keep going until we both get bored, but I think it's Eurythmics did a good thing. I think it's always best to go out on the crest of a wave rather than trying to flog a dead horse, you know.